Bonjour à tous. Comment ça va? This is another a my movie presentation, and this is going to be another segment of so you want to move to the Philippines. And today, like I had said before, it's going to be on how much it costs for my family to live here in the Philippines. One thing I want to discuss, and I think it's very relevant, is that Mike and Paul, who are other people who do videos as well, they stated something that I like is I don't want to give advice, and also this is not a thus saith the Lord. This is completely dependent upon you. How much it's going to cost is dependent upon the individual. Okay. So, can someone, I've heard other people here talk about, I could do it for $500 a month. Well, unless you're willing to move to the mountains or the jungle and live a province life, it would be the equivalent if you're like from the States, if you're like living in Appalachia, Kentucky or West Virginia up in the mountains. If you're willing to live that type of life, and that's it, you can get by $500 a month because Filipino families do. But the average, in general speaking, American, it ain't gonna do it. I just don't see it happening. I don't. Okay. So, is there an average amount? I would say an average amount to live. Let's put it that way. And would be around anywhere between 1,500 to about $2,300 a month. Okay? And remember that's on an individual basis. So for me and my family here, it's going to be a lot higher is because I'm a disabled combat veteran. I have medical issues. I have things that cost more money than the average person will have. So, what is going to cost me is I only subsist on my disability payment. That's it. Okay, I spent over 22 years in the military, and that's what I have to go on. So, water is almost negligible, maybe between 200 and 300 pesos a month. And we're just going to go with rounding it off to 50 pesos a dollar. It makes things so much easier. So, um, $200 to 300 pesos a month. Okay, that's the water. Garbage is less than 100 pesos a month. It's whatever my wife gives the guy who comes and picks up the garbage. Okay. Then there is our food cost, which is roughly about $400 a month, $500 a month. Okay. And we do not eat out a lot. We buy a lot of our vegetables from the market, so we do end up saving that. But because of some interesting people in the West who don't know how to do economics very well, the economy here, things have gotten a lot more expensive. So, you know, we just have to try to do the best we can. Okay. And so I say $500 a month, and that was up from $350 to $400 a month. So I've gone up $150 a month. Okay, because there's me, my wife. I buy for two grandkids, a daughter, and her husband, and they also support as well. Okay, And so that's that. Then there's gas. In other words, for the stove, because we do gas burning stove. There's maybe 100 to 200 pesos a month, maybe 100 pesos a month. Okay, so that's there. The other big expense is my rent. My rent is 10,000 pesos a month. I have a 3 bedroom and 2 bathroom apartment here in Quezon City, Metro Manila, and we pay. It did go up. I'm sorry. It was 10,000. Now it's 11,000 pesos a month. So then there's that. Then the other really big cost that I have is, unfortunately, I have storage fees I have to pay in the States. Okay. And so there's the storage fees. There's $120 for one, $90 for the other one. And then there's medicines. Yes, I get the vast majority, 90% of all my medicines I don't pay for. Okay. But there are a few medicines that the VA clinic does not have here. So I have to pay that out of my pocket, and I can make an FMP thing to get reimbursed, but it takes about 145 days at a minimum to get your money back. So it's just sometimes it's just not worth doing the reimbursement. So my wife, we will, when we go and buy our medicine, we are looking at maybe between 6 and 7,000 pesos a month, and that's like $140 a month. So it goes up very quickly. And then there is the fees that I have to pay because I use Bank of America, and I withdraw my money from the ATM, and of course for every withdrawal I make, the ATM charges me $5 and something. Bank of America charges me, and so it adds up very quickly. So when everything is added up, and I also support a little bit of money for the motorbike, the gasoline, and so it's about 500 pesos a month, maybe 500. And so when I do, that's not every month. That's when I do um, give money. Then I have to pay about $120 a month because out of my own will, what I chose to do is I'm paying for my granddaughter's school. She goes to a private school. And so I thought it was a private Christian school, which I thought was a lot better than the civilian school. And I just want to say that that's a personal choice, and nothing bad is being said about the private or government schools here in the Philippines. I want to make that very clear, okay? I chose to send my daughter to a Christian school, which is right there in the corner. So she just gets out of her gate, walks up, one house, one apartment, and then she's at school. So we think that's a lot better than having the trike or something like that. So yeah. So in the end, we will end up spending, I would say, probably $1,700, between about $1,700 a month. That's because I have the storage fees in the States, and we have to pay for the medicine. My wife does not, we don't have TRICARE yet. We're in the process of getting that. And so we have to pay the price. And I thank God that we're paying the senior price. And for those who are thinking about coming here, um, if you get a SSRV visa or you become a permanent resident here, you can apply for your senior citizen. And anyone over the age of 60 becomes a senior citizen. So thank God for that. so that's what we have to pay. And so it's about $1,700 a month. Now, some people, they want to live a better life. We are happy the way we're living. And so, I would like to have a better place, but when I'm in process of moving back to Cagayan de Oro, and that will add another $100 to my rental because I'm not getting rid of this apartment here. So I will go ahead and rent like before at the other apartment in Cagayan. Okay, and then there's house payment, which I'm trying to get back on with again, and I have a house in the States. So we're looking about $1,700 a month. So that is what we spend. Okay. The two most expensive, the three, no, two most expensive things that we come across in the Philippines is electricity. They're very expensive, especially if you use an air conditioner. Here in Quezon City, you need your air conditioner because it gets too hot. And then the rent. So that's it. And so that is what we spend. Now there are other people who spend a lot less. There's people who spend a lot more. But if you having 1,000 something dollars and you think you're going to come here and live in Makati, which is another um, city in Metro Manila, you might as well forget it. Because Makati would be something like La Jolla in San Diego or Redondo Beach or something like that. It's affluent, the places are very nice, and the rents are very high. So keep that in mind. And so that is it. That is our expenses. And I would say, to be on the safe side, come here with at least $2,500 a month, 23 to $2,500 a month, and you should do fine. Now there are other people, like I said, who could do less. But that's on an individual basis. That depends on how you want to live. Your cost of living is totally dependent upon you to a degree. Okay? So until next time, we'll see you later. Au revoir.